I want to tell you a story.
Yeah, do you have a story for me?
I do.
Okay.
So, a lot of times when we fly as pilots, you'll have a lot of hours where you're just sitting there looking out, out the screen, just seeing ocean after ocean. And so there's a lot of time to talk about stuff. And so I was flying with this one pilot, and he was so excited to show me a picture of his new girlfriend.
Okay.
So he's like, guys, I gotta show you my girlfriend. She is smoking hot. So amazing. And he was like, dude, I love her so much. Like, she's just amazing. Okay, wow, cool. How long have you known her? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like, oh, 2 weeks. He's like, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. I'm like, oh, wow. It's like, yeah, dude.
Wait, how old is this guy?
Yeah, you're okay. Good question. He is 64, about to retire.
Okay, continue.
65 is the retirement age. Yeah. So he's 64. He's in love with his new girlfriend, and he's showing us his picture.
Yikes.
Before he shows the picture, he's kind of talking about like, dude, I met her online, which is normal. People meet people online all the time now. That's a new thing in the modern age.
Yeah.
I met her online. I use this cool website called Cupid Vietnam. Like Cupid Vietnam. She's from Vietnam. Like, yeah. She's from Vietnam. She's 24.
Okay.
24. 64-year-old guy. And I'm like, okay, wow, 20, awesome. So he's like, he finally finds his picture and he pulls it up. Like, look at her. Look how gorgeous she is. And there's this young lady who's like draped over this Vietnamese canoe in this like little pond.
Okay.
It looks like something straight out of Rambo. She's wearing like this white dress, like a wedding dress, laid out and just smiling like this, on the canoe. He's like, isn't she gorgeous? This is my favorite picture of her. She's like a model. And I'm like, wow, yeah, model. But it's like blurry. It looked like someone took it from 1970s. Like the quality is kind of wild. And he's just he's like, dude, she's so gorgeous. Look at her. We've been talking online. I'm gonna fly her over. I'm thinking about marriage. I'm like, what is happening? Right? So like, okay, hey, to each their own. I'm not gonna judge. I'm just saying that's a wild scenario.
Yeah.
And come to find out, the year prior, he's been married for, I think he said 30 plus years, almost 35 years. And he said he had the time of his life with his wife forever, for probably 30 plus years. For 30 years, he loved living with his wife. She was so angelic. She was kind. She cared about him, cared about their kids, always just thinking about others. She had a selfless heart. She was his best friend for 30 years.
Where is this going?
And then 31st year,
Yikes.
She just changes.
Okay.
She just becomes irritated with him, with the kids, with their life, with their house, with their friends, the air, everything.
The air.
And then she started getting irritated.
Yeah.
And then she got more irritated. No matter what he said, no matter what he did, she was just so irritated. And he was like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. And so he tries to make her happy. He tries to do everything that she wants. And she's just getting more and more angry. And before you know it, she says, I can't stand you. I hated living with you. I don't like you no more. And you imprisoned me in this life. And she just became this toxic monster of a being that he never knew existed. For 30 years, she was the kindest, best friend in his whole entire life. Now she just hates his guts. Tired of the kids, hates being married. She left him, living off on her own, and then they, filed for divorce, and he just became miserable. And he just was hit with this reality stick, like, this is my life now.
Yeah.
Like, I had the perfect life, perfect wife, perfect kids, everything was great, and then after 30 years of that, it just went to the dumpster fire. And so this was him after years of depression and trying to figure out how it all went wrong and what's wrong with him and what I do wrong. I tried everything. Nicest guy in the world, by the way. Super kind and just considerate of everybody. And then here he is, fast forward 35 years later.
On Cupid Vietnam.
On Cupid Vietnam, finding the love of his life, starting all over again. And he's found joy, he's found happiness. So I came home to you and I was like, what is that? So
how many stories
so ask your question.
How many stories have you heard like this in your pilot cockpit?
Yeah, it's more than I can count on my hand. Okay. So it's not
several.
It's not tons, but a lot of these common theories.
Not just one.
No,
Okay.
a lot of these common theories where the guys are like, dude, great marriage.
Yeah.
I loved my wife. She loved me.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, she like becomes
Okay.
Dr. and
Okay.
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, Jekyll Hyde. It just becomes a monster.
My next question, but it would be for them, is what are the tiny things she'd said throughout the 30 years of marriage that she needed or wanted? Or like these tiny things that everyone just thought were, she's not serious, or it's not a big deal, and they just let it, like, forgot about it and didn't actually do any changing, didn't actually do anything, or didn't actually help her.
Huh.
But that's a question for them.
Yeah, but I'm like them. But if you ask me, are there certain things that you're asking me for change that maybe I'm not responding to and just saying, she'll get over it?
Yeah, or she doesn't really need it, or she's not really serious, or it's just forgotten because it's not important.
Yeah.
So then it just falls by the wayside.
Okay. So how about... All right, so maybe they have certain questions that they didn't have. Oh, hi, son.
Just go, Mitai. Just push the blender.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We got a son who just came home. He's trying to eat some food, and he has to blender it up.
Okay, so then my next question would be...
Okay, so now it's the blender going. Should we be dancing?
Oh, yeah. Let's do a dance to the blender.
Okay.
Okay, so that's interesting. So what I've heard is there's something called a hormonal veil that happens. So when a woman has progesterone and estrogen, this is what they're calling it. So basically...
But let me say...
Oh, wait. You don't want me to go there yet?
No, I do, but I'm just saying... I don't know if you know what hormonal... Is there any like more scientific word you can use first? Because I feel like you go so far in depth on the natural side that you lose people.
If I go too scientific, that's also boring. So it's just very, very quick. Very, very
hormonal veil.
Progesterone and estrogen, right?
What is that for me? What's the progesterone? I already know estrogen.
Hormone. Okay, this...
Yeah. You gotta help us know. Like, we're guys.
This is a problem.
What's the progesterone?
Okay, honey. Two main hormones that a woman has is progesterone and estrogen. Then we all have testosterone. Then we have testosterone.
Oh, I know testosterone.
You have more testosterone. Yes, we know.
I know testosterone.
We still have to have testosterone, but you don't have too much estrogen. Right?
No, I don't want that.
There's a balance between male and female. Okay.
Yeah.
So this progesterone and estrogen is made in the ovaries, okay? And this is what helps you be fertile. It's being a woman. It's having a cycle, all this stuff. They call it a hormonal veil. Guess what? This actually keeps you compliant, accepting, nice and soft. That woman that man was describing that he was married to for 30 years.
Is it the combination of progesterone and estrogen? Yes. Or is one overriding the other factor giving you the softness?
Basically, in perimenopause, the veil rips. There's
perimenopause.
No more. Yes,
so not even menopause yet. You're talking about perimenopause.
FYI, so perimenopause can happen and you can be in it for 10 years before you actually hit menopause. Then once you hit menopause, those hormones completely shift from the ovaries to the adrenals, which sit above the kidneys. Okay? So now, once they've shifted to the adrenals, if this woman's been exhausted...
She talks like a doctor all the time. It seems like we all know it. So I'm doing this just for y'all, so you can understand the layman's terms. That's why I'm trying to bring it down. Okay. I know you're getting frustrated, but there's a lot of us who are going to watch this and they're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. So you got to break it down.
Okay,
break it down for us that don't know the doctor level.
I thought I was bringing it down.
You are now. I appreciate it.
So adrenals, okay, which sit above your kidney. Adrenals is fight or flight. It gives you energy.
There it comes.
Right?
I'm fighting. We're running.
So if this woman's been taxed, exhausted, been functioning on adrenaline for 30 years, all while she was younger, those adrenals are shot. They don't function.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden in menopause, they have to take on making the progesterone and estrogen, but they don't function.
Okay.
Okay. This veil rips. So basically, there's no asking nicely anymore. The anger, the frustration, the hormones are completely shifting. So now you're getting a different woman in this season of life where she's completely having to basically change who she is, and the hormones are not there no longer to help her.
Okay.
So you're going to have this for 10 years.
Is there a certain age this happens?
It depends. Every woman is different. But usually, they're around 30,
40,
around 30
years.
50? Yeah,
This happened to them around the 50s.
Some people are going into perimenopause at 30. Some are hitting it at 40. Some 45. So basically they're saying that this hormonal veil basically rips. They're not playing nicely anymore. They don't have the hormones that are like basically asking nicely. So if they haven't been listened to for so many years, nothing's changed, or they never have spoken up themselves, this could be their problem to where they didn't have a voice and they haven't been speaking their needs all this time. So all of a sudden the volcano blows. everything
So it's
all
been
at once.
rumbling the whole entire
It
time.
has. Have you listened to the rumbles? Has she listened to the rumbles?
Is there any indication between the rumbles and their emotional kind of like outbreak where it's about to burst and the gas that they're passing? Yeah, erupting a lot of gas. Yeah. Is that any indication
I don't know
that
if that has
perimenopause, menopause is coming?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with
Because someone here has a lot
perimenopause.
of that.
Who would that be? First
Okay, just
thing in the
wondering
morning.
if that's the indication. Just wondering. Just for the people out there, if they're wondering,
out there that are wondering.
if your wife is passing
No.
on gas, are they about to
Gas
have
has
menopause?
nothing to do with it.
Okay, just
That
wondering.
has to
An
do with other
eruption,
things.
you know, easing out the pressure.
Would you like to keep going for 10 minutes on this discussion, 20, or go back to where are we supposed to be?
Oh no, let's do it. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I have questions for you. So after, let's say, 30 years of marriage, all of a sudden the adrenals are supposed to do all the stuff that your progesterone and estrogen were supposed to do, right? Am I getting this right? And they can't,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah.
And so the lady's like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being like, you know, just comfortable with people using me, or
I'm tired of would be a word. I'm tired of just letting the things roll off my back, like being a duck, to where the water just like beads and rolls off of me.
And this includes everything, not just your husband,
Everything.
your kids, the way your kids treat you,
kids,
the strangers,
everything. It's
school,
just like
PTA.
I'm sick of dealing with all the stuff that I've been dealing with. I've maybe had hope that my partner was going to change this whole entire time. So I've been holding on these hopes. I've bitten my tongue. I've let it roll off my back, and I've been hoping it was going to change on its own given with time. But now it's like that hormones basically are no longer there to help her. They basically help her go the other side and say, speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, make some changes, advocate for yourself.
Okay.
Let's make this happen.
Okay, so 2 questions. Was the person that he was married to for 30 years the real her, or the person after the menopause is the real her? Who was the real person in there?
Both.
Yeah, I don't like that answer.
Both. Basically,
I feel like there's no genuine person then. If you're just switching back and forth,
hormones
who can you trust?
completely change. Like, there's brain hormones and then there's body hormones. Like, chemistry-wise, your body is completely changing its chemistry cocktail in perimenopause and menopause. So maybe we talk about how can the partner or the man support her when they start seeing these things, and then B, how she can support herself. But I think you came home, I remember this, because you came home after hearing probably several stories, and you
in a row.
were scared. He was
like,
so
babe, are you
scared.
gonna have menopause?
He was like, are you
gonna hate me one day?
To you? Is this gonna
worked-
happen to you? And he was so scared.
We worked
and I
so
was
hard
like-
for this.
He was genuinely so scared. So he's like, what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And my answer to you was, do you remember?
Yeah, you said we gotta. So if you are healthy and your progesterone, estrogen stuff is clicking
Supporting
right,
yourself.
and I'm also helping you have a voice now. And so if you have your voice now, I'm attentive to that, and I'm helping you work through that. But also, your hormones have to be in check, right? You have to be eating healthy, living healthy, and all that. If you're a toxic body inside, once the menopause hits, it's going to be a disaster. Your volcano is going to explode. You're saying you can kind of.
Yeah.
My memory is that you said you can kind of massage that so it doesn't
Mitigate it, yeah.
It doesn't become a huge eruption. It's kind of like you kind of work your way along it, and then when that happens, you kind of like it's like that not too big of a change.
Good.
Yeah.
So you remember mostly.
Oh, I was like, dude, this is the only way we can work.
I said, look, genetics wise, you can get a DNA test on the DNAcompany.com. You get a DNA test. You can actually see what your hormones are going to be, and you can see what menopause is going to do to you. You can like see how you're going to shift through that. Then you can take the supplements that are for your exact genetics to help support you through that shift that happens. So I said, if you know your body, if they know their body, and if they know and are prepared for what's coming, and they can support their body with the supplements. Also, sleep is a huge thing. They say you have to start fighting for your sleep like tooth and nail, because you haven't all these years. You've stayed up, you've worked on adrenaline, all this stuff. They said sleep is huge. So fighting for your sleep, supporting yourself with the supplements. Obviously, the nervous system healing, somatic stuff, and reset, all that is huge, right? But then I did say, yes, B was listen to them as, like, listen to the small things right now. And women, like, your part of it is speaking up, So you first have to tell them right now, slowly, you can't just keep holding your tongue anymore. You do need to start speaking up. But as they speak up, like, you need to be listening to those things. It's very important so that volcano doesn't just explode all at once from being held in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I said.
So my other question is, should you be teaching your daughters right away how to have a voice? And that's going to play a big part in their success and their marriage in the future.
Getting their genetics done. We've already done that. Like, getting their genetics done. It's like, I already know what their hormone pathways are doing and how to support them, right? Through right now, through like puberty, and then what's going to happen through menopause. So it's like, you already know that and how to support them. But B, don't we talk about this with our daughter all the time? The middle one, right? Advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Speak up. Speak what you need.
Yeah.
Are we making them make the phone calls, do the things themselves, go and correct whatever needs to be corrected? It's huge. Like, being able to speak up. Yeah.
You know,
what's need is right now.
What's difficult is when you're raised Polynesian. So when I was raised Samoan and being a church member, right? So then those two, you're always taught that kids should be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
And so, and then for me, when we were raising our kids, I was like, that's the way you're supposed to raise kids. They're supposed to be super obedient. You never say no, just say yes, and you move out. And whatever feelings you have, whatever dislikes or gripes, you hold it in.
You hold it in.
If you say anything, you get beat up,
or it doesn't exist.
So you get a spanking. So you don't want a spanking, so just do it.
Yeah.
And so when we were raised, and I saw how you talk to your parents, like, dude, you're very vocal. You say your opinion. Like, yeah, I don't like that. I'm like, oh, and you survived. What in the world? Like, I would have been goner like when I was a little kid. There's no way I'd be alive today. So that you helped me realize there's a fine line between disrespect and having a voice. And having
a voice. Like, if they didn't like a dinner, I was like, no, they can tell me they don't like the dinner. They get to have an opinion. Do they not get to eat it and throw a fit and scream and flail on the ground? No. Can you speak what you want? Yeah.
And then next time they can help you make the dinner that they want.
Or I just don't make that dinner anymore. Like, that's great. You can speak up your opinion, but how do we handle the emotions in that? And you can speak up and have an opinion. What is wrong? What is disrespectful about having an opinion?
I don't know.
As a child.
Was you were raised as a Samoan? Opinions are a devil's art. You're not supposed to have only opinion you have is your mom and dad's, and you listen, and so that's yours. But it works out somehow. I mean, you're raised and you have love and you respect your parents and you're super obedient. So that's a good
conversation. Maybe we pin that one over there. Yeah. Like the differences of raising kids and like tips and tricks of how we worked it out.
How do you figure out your own culture?
Because that's a huge thing of like me marrying into this other culture. Everyone told me it was gonna be hard. It was gonna be bad, and I was like, no, it's good. There's this good thing and this good thing.
And I was like, what? The Samoan culture is like heaven. Basically, you're moving into heaven.
It's love, way better than yours.
Love, obedience, perfect.
Oh my. Yeah. Okay, pin that conversation. That would be an interesting one.
So let's just get back to it. Okay. For me, I'm still we are both trying to figure out how do you have her encourage your kids to have a voice. Yeah. And right now, even though we've been so adamant and hey, speak up, it's still difficult for them to speak up when they don't like something, especially in front of adults.
It's in front of adults.
Authority figures. They're like, I'll just do it. They're like, dude, say something. It's not right. You know it's not right. You know this is going to make it worse. She quietly rebels in her head and does things, but she never actually comes through her voice and speaks it in and which creates the change. And so, But she needs to figure it out. Otherwise, she's going to be a tyrant on her menopause days.
So that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
So we got to help them out. So I think, and you're helping our kids be super healthy, and you're figuring out how they, like you said, their DNA test, how they can regulate their body.
Yeah.
So it's not such a huge hormonal change.
Right.
Or the chemical cocktail is not.
But hopefully this woman has not just kept her mouth shut for 20, 30 years, hoping and crossing her fingers that it was going to change, just keep letting stuff rolling off her back. Like, I would like to know that question. Was there things that she honestly said that you just didn't listen to, or was it on her for not speaking it? But second of all, there are definitely many other things that men can do to help support through that phase. It's being patient, right? Don't take it personal. So when there is a flare-up or there's a trigger and angry and I'm overstimulated and just all that stuff, it's listening to that and just being patient. Don't take offense to it. It's not personal, right? Which is really hard.
I don't like that at all, though.
It's not, but it's not personal.
I know, but that's like tiptoeing the lines of someone who's a horrible person, saying, I'm being mean to you. I just don't take it personal. I just don't feel like it today, so I'm gonna treat you like crap. And you're like, oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me the little sentence.
Not what I'm
don't
saying.
take it personal.
That's not what I'm saying. But I can see why you see it that way.
Yeah.
Because there is some wounds and some trauma there. So there's some trauma there with some other sides of your life.
I just believe,
so that's how you're taking it.
I believe you just can't tell someone like, hey, I'm gonna be, you're mean to them, you treat them like crap. You're like, don't take it personal.
Just be my punching bag. And beat you up, throw up all over you.
But don't take it personal.
And don't take it personal.
Thank you.
And let's go back to normal.
Thank you for letting me know.
Let's just go back to normal in an hour when I'm feeling better.
Thank you for the gift that I don't have to take it personal.
No.
My whole body's broken. Thank you. My feelings are crushed.
That's not what I'm saying.
Thank you for not telling.
That's not what I'm saying.
I should not take it personal.
I'm saying help her work through it. Support her. Help her work through it. Ask what she needs. And be patient. Be patient. Okay? Help her prioritize the sleep. Help her prioritize the food and the eating. They're saying the protein, the lifting weights, there's just things that you need to do. And any of the nervous system stuff, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, the meditations, the yoga, she needs quiet time to go be with herself. So you have to help create the quiet time and take on maybe more than you probably have in your relationship in order to give her that quiet time.
So let me ask you this question. It sounds like your point of view is, husbands, if you don't want to have a monster, you got to do a lot of work.
I'm saying
for her.
We string ourselves out with the family raising and everything for ourselves has gone last for so many decades. Plus, having kids, that saps from your bodies and depletes you, every kid. So it's you've just been completely sapped and depleted. So what I'm saying is, help her prioritize herself because she probably never has.
Okay. All right. So the other question I have for you, which probably some of the husbands are thinking, fairness. Is it so the man's role in the marriage is going to be hey, by the way, husband, one of these days I'm just going to be a monster. Use your job to figure it out.
Hopefully it's not one of the days. But hopefully you're catching it earlier, right?
Sure.
To where you're avoiding the massive explosion volcano monster.
But I'm saying, where in the man's timeline do we have hey, wife, one of these days I'm going to be a punk. And you just got to not take it personal. There's no none of that for us as men. I'm just saying it's man and women.
Okay, but go backwards. That's not what I just said.
No, not you.
Rewind the video.
No, not you. That's
not what I
that's my
just
question
said.
Is so we know in marriages, there's a time when a woman would have a menopause and she potentially becomes this monster, and a guy's got to work his butt off to hopefully that doesn't happen.
Okay, let's reword this. Let's say there's going to be a time and a season in your partner and the love of your life's phase of life where she has to go through some major changes, and she's gone through these major changes for her entire life.
So is the man.
So they have it easy. You have it easy. Hormonal wise, you have no idea what this feels like to have your chemical cocktail constantly changing every month and with every kid, having to go through all the ups and downs. You guys don't have to do these ups and downs.
I'm not saying we have the same hormonal, but I'm saying life as a man is extremely challenging well.
That is not the debate.
No.
The debate is the chemical cocktail inside that changes you as a person.
We're talking about how hard it is to be a woman right now. I'm thinking it's hard to be as a man as well. Maybe
I'm not saying
hormonal.
Just a woman.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
A man. Okay, I'm not. But I'm not. I'm saying just hormonally. So you got to stay with me over there. Because if we go over to your side, it's going to be a whole nother pin in the
it's just a question. If the whole thing we're talking about menopause and we're saying, it just seems like as a man's point of view, dude, that's not very fair. That's not very fair. The woman's got to have
a completely different change of personality.
A get out of jail free card.
I didn't say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. My perspective is the man's listening to this and saying, so she gets to be treat him like trash for a season, but if you do good, little boy, you'll be able to help her not treat you like trash. And man, well, how about the man never has a season of time where they're saying, well, this is going to happen to their body. And now women, treat him good, otherwise he'll be mean to you.
I say get on your hands and knees and be grateful. I say be grateful. You don't have to deal with it. That's huge.
So you're saying that's the way it is.
No,
man, suck it
I'm
up.
not. Because anything that just came out of your mouth right there is not what I just said.
No, it's not you. That's what I'm trying to have you understand. It's not. I'm not saying putting words in your mouth. I'm telling you, this is what a man's perspective of everything you just said.
Okay,
these
so
are our questions that we're
let's
saying.
say it
Like
differently.
doesn't feel very fair.
So if we change perspectives then and say, okay, so let me be the man with the thoughts and let's see if we could change this. So what if he said?
Let's try it.
What if he said, hey, you know what? I understand this season coming and the partner and the love of my life's physical changing, and that she's going to have to completely adjust inside her whole chemical way of being and adjust mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it, right? And what can I do to support her through this? Because God bless that I don't have to go through it. So because I love her so much and I want to keep a partner and not be on a Cupid Vietnam, how do I keep this and how can I support her through that? Question mark. Open-ended. It isn't a get out of jail free card or she gets to treat me like crap. That's not what I said. So hopefully his brain is not thinking that. But what if that was his perspective?
That just sounds like a woman who put her own perspective into a man's wording. So, great. That sounds great. Sounds like a good husband right there. That's what it sounds like.
Huh. Well, I'm telling you, I think that especially however the relationship started, if it's a woman who's taken on everything and this man hasn't really had to pull any weight, like that's probably going to be the worst scenario right there. So she's speaking up. So I'm saying, as the man, what can you change? How can you grow? Because hopefully you're growing and changing too and maturing and realizing what is healthy and what is a balanced relationship.
And just so I guess whoever's watching this far along, we've already talked about this on our own as far as when I came home that day, and I've already chosen, like, hey, you are worth it. I'm going to be there with you thick and thin the whole entire time. I don't want to be alone. I want to be with my best friend forever. But what I'm saying now is basically devil's advocate, right? I'm trying to ask you questions.
I understand.
As a man, and these normal feelings that come up when your wife is talking about this stuff, I guarantee my best friends, my buddies are going to have the same kind of thoughts. And like, what? I said, what? Say what now? I got to do what for her? Like, she gets a treatment. Like, I'm just going to say, will do better and help me. Like, that's just a knee-jerk reaction.
That's fine.
And that's upsetting you because you're like, these guys, when did they figure it out?
I'm not
like,
upset. I'm not
that's
upset.
Just the way they are.
But my answer to that, if we want to take his mindset the way that he's viewing it right there, is, does some views need to be changed, first of all? Do you need some more understanding and education? That would be my second. Third,
you would never marry that guy.
Third, it would be, are you willing to grow and change too? Like, I don't know, right? Like, if they're gonna sit here,
I don't think they are. I know a lot of guys like, hey, this is the way it is, man. We built 20 years of marriage like this. Let's keep it like that way. If you want, and then the wife's gonna say, I'm gonna change it up.
Look at the statistics on divorce. This is usually when everyone gets divorced.
Dude.
Because the guy's not willing to change. It has been this way for so long, so why are we gonna change it?
Which is what I was telling you, the answer of so many guys that got divorced after 20, 30 years.
Yeah, it's usually around
it's right at that point.
Years. Exactly.
They're like, the wife changed, and they're just like, dude, I couldn't figure it out.
She's no longer willing to handle that she's been handling for decades. She's no longer willing to handle it. She doesn't even have the hormones to support her in that anymore.
But I also just feel like we're giving the idea that the woman had to put up with a bunch of crap. But so did the husband too. The women are not perfect either. So I feel like they're doing a bunch of crap for so many years. But yeah, I mean, it's just not one-sided. I feel like that's like
it's not one-sided.
Feeling.
It is one-sided on the complete chemical hormonal body change.
Yeah.
Yes.
No question on that.
So what we're talking about, what this conversation was around, is how can he support her if he wants to not be alone?
Yeah.
Or go beyond, Cupid. How can he support that? Because that is happening just on this side. You guys don't have to do that. So
let me say it. So out of, like, let's say 5 guys that they got a divorce because the wife went through menopause, and there's some crazy stories. Some of those guys, like, their wives are like going around America just sleeping with everyone and just getting high, like they're like lost.
Yeah.
And they were never drank or did drugs or did ain't only been with him their whole life.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like just going
all of a sudden
nuts.
They're just like, I just want to go live life the way and experience the things that I've never experienced yet.
Yeah. Out of the 5 guys, probably 2 of them were like salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Like you spend 3 days with these guys, and so you see them, how they act, how they talk, you go out and eat, you fly for hours, and you have an overnight in Korea. Like you see, like this is a good dude.
Yeah.
He's treating everyone nice, the waiters, the waitresses, the flight attendants, and the guests. He's like,
so who knows what it? Yeah. So who knows what it was?
In my mind, that guy, he was not being mean to his wife. Like that guy couldn't have been. He must have been super there with her, a shoulder to shoulder, a great partnership. And you're saying, be attentive, and I guarantee he was, because he was attentive to everyone in the whole flight and all the crew, but still didn't work for him.
Okay, let me tell you another story.
Okay.
There was one guy. There was one guy I heard about this story. It's like friend of a friend, anyway. But basically, it was super interesting how he handled it. He handled it. He was like, I know who she is, and I know that she's going to go through this. He did all the research. He had all the education. He knew what was going to hit and what it was going to look like. And he 100% supported her when she came to her and said, I wanted to try this, or I wanted to go do this. He's like, go ahead. He said, but go separate. Yeah, go buy another house. It got as far as they didn't live together. They basically didn't have a marriage, but they didn't actually get divorced. He said, no, I don't want to find anyone else. There's no reason to get a divorce. So he never filed. She went and dated someone, went as far as dating and moving in with someone. He's watching this from a distance, and he's just her friend. They kind of shifted into a friend zone. Weirdest thing ever. So first shifted into this friend zone, but about 5-7 years, she came around to him. She ends up kicking this guy out because he was basically squatting. She realized she was basically being the provider. Yeah. And ends up getting him out. She goes back to him and just said, can we go to dinner? They would kind of just still
date again, figure out who they were.
They kind of would still, and they kept in touch over these years that she was going through this and figuring herself out. It's almost like you change into a different person and you have to get to know that new person. So it's just letting them be. And he supported her. Then guess what? She came back around, and he's like, I knew you'd come back. I knew you'd come back to me, and I've loved you. You're the only person I've loved. And they got back together. But there's no marriage or divorce needed. He straight up didn't divorce. Check out that story, right? Yeah.
That's, man,
wow.
Props to him.
Wow.
A lot of respect.
Right? He did all the research. He knew it was going to come, and he just let her go on this little journey of all that stuff. I want to go drink. I want to go, all this stuff that she wanted to experience, that she didn't able to live life. What are those stories? We have no idea. There's so many scenarios that could be happening. They got married really young, they didn't get to experience anything or religion. There's so many things that come into play that you're who knows.
So my question in that, so
maybe you ask her desires too. Have they been supporting her and helping her during the 20-30 years? No. What are your hobbies? Who are you?
Yeah. No.
What do you need for your life personally?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What's your... You don't need to have a career, but
do I ask you that? Do I ask you how you feeling, what you need? Wow. Yeah.
Maybe no.
Maybe I gotta do more.
No. Yeah, it's not necessarily personally for my life, but...
I don't?
You have gotten better. Remember when I started the website and all my business stuff? I don't think you ever read my posts. Way back then.
Oh, I didn't read my posts.
I know. So I'm you're just not interested in any of that stuff. It's fine. That was when your hat was backwards. Point being, you are much better now. But what I'm saying is, maybe you do support her and ask her, is there stuff you're burying? Is there stuff you're burying that you want to go try? Maybe talk about it right now.
Yeah, I'll ask that after this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there stuff you're burying?
I don't think I have anything.
That's
but
good.
What I'm saying is, obviously, when they're changing, and with these stories, I'd be saying those women were burying those. So both are true. They are both people, but they had to be this person and shut this other side of them off. So maybe helping them be authentic, asking them, how can I support you in your personal life? I don't know.
In your story, my question would be, there's an episode in Friends, well, actually kind of an arc of the story, where Ross and Rachel, they're together, then they go on a break. Let's go on a break. Let's chill. See how things are at. Ross, I think, sleeps with another girl, and then Rachel gets mad and hey, why'd you sleep? He's like, we were on a break, and then she's like, what? I didn't know a break meant these things.
Oh.
So my question would be, so she went out and did all this stuff, and he's like, no, I got you. I'll stay here. If he went out and hung out, dated other girls, I'd be interested if he did, and she came back with, hey.
I don't think
you're not allowed to do that.
I don't
Only
think
me.
She would have been mad.
You said it's cool with me, but you gotta stay put.
I don't think she would have been mad. Okay, in your scenario with Ross and Rachel, though, if Rachel would have done it and came back and found out he did it, why would she be mad? Because she did it too.
And she did not.
Exactly.
It was
She's
just
only
their
mad because she
understanding.
did not, and because her definitions were different.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
her fault that she didn't ask what the definitions were before they went on that separation
Yeah.
or break, right?
Well, you're tapping into Team Ross, Team Rachel. Back in 1990s, there was
So
a
I'm
big
like,
divide on
but
who
I'm
was
not-
right,
well, I'm
her
just,
or him.
you had to specify terms. If you like actually want to know, and you're like, hey, we're going on break. What does this mean?
That was the whole.
Like,
that was
that
Ross's
is the-
theory. I thought we were on a break. Like break is break, and she's like,
Well, a break is
no,
a
you
break.
can't go on.
Okay,
See
so
someone
what I'm
else.
saying in my scenario, the woman did it. Well, the man probably did too. But if she wouldn't come back mad.
I hope not.
Because she had done it.
I hope not.
So I don't think that would have happened.
But in your story, it sounded like the guy was just a little good old husband sitting at the house, just waiting
Oh,
patiently.
please. I'm sure he lived his life. Point
Yeah.
being, he just didn't divorce her. And he's
Yeah.
like, you are who I ultimately want to be with.
Yeah.
So go do these things. Go experience life. She got a career. I think she went to school. I think there was all these things. So it's
Yeah.
like, go live life.
Can you ask your friend?
And over
I'd be
here, I don't
interested.
know.
Just personally, ask them like, hey, did your husband? Was it agreed that he can also do stuff? And I'd be interested if that
There's
changed
not an
their
agreement.
mind.
They really like divorce, but just not legally.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So,
maybe,
of course, like you're
He
living
did
your
too.
own life until she came, and she did. She came around.
And that's the story.
After she kind of came off and she kind of planed out, like your
Yeah.
hormones then do stabilize, right? So
Yeah.
you get to that point where it's stabilized, and I have figured out a plan, and I have figured out how to support myself, and it's like you do
Yeah.
plane out, is what I'm saying.
And I can
Doesn't
see
go
that. I can
crazy
see you
forever.
like, all right, let's take a break. You go date, I go date, and I would probably, if we did that, and you're like, all right, after 5 years, like, I'm gonna come back. I'm like, all right, whoever I'm dating, I'm like, okay, I told you, if she comes
told
back,
you.
she's my number one. So that was fun and all, but we're done. Hey,
Jeez, I could not imagine.
I would come right back
that,
to you.
That story is crazy. I don't know, honestly. Like,
if I was that
don't know.
husband, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly, anyone that could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's one person's
I would
solution
drop
to
whoever
it.
I'm
But
dating.
I'm just presenting another solution that happened that I've heard. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think if you could just support them through and be asking them before it's getting to that point.
Yeah.
Listening to when they're speaking up, doing the things, doing the changes, whatever it is, and then supporting them in getting sleep or time for themselves, working out. Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But it's a crazy ride.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm strapped in.
He was legit scared.
I'm ready. I'm ready
He
for the
was
ride,
legit
babe.
scared.
I'm
He's
fighting
like,
for you.
Am I
I'm
going to be
fighting
on,
for
what would
you.
you be on? Cupid what? Korean?
I don't
Cupid
know.
Korea?
I don't even know
What would it be?
Cupid I would be. Cupid niceness.
Niceness?
Cupid, please just be a nice lady.
please just be
Cupid,
nice.
no menopause. Cupid after menopause.
Cupid after, that's what I was going to say. I
Cupid
was
post
going there.
menopause.
Cupid post-menopause after planed out normalcy?
I don't want to go to the transformation. Give me the person
Transformation.
afterwards. All right, let me see if you're a nice person or not. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Or, see, they're going to the 20-year-olds who they have at least, you know,
Bruh, they gotta go- you're right.
10, 15 years
Until they go
before
all
they
through
hit
it again.
And by that time, I'm out of
Then he's
here.
gonna go right back on Vietnam Cupid again.
No,
and
he's
just-
out of here because 10 or 15 years, he's 65, so
Yeah.
like 75. That's like 80, 90.
Yeah, he's
so I'm
dying.
like, at that point.
So when she's going through her stuff, he's like, I'm dead.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna call it.
Exactly. Before
I ain't doing this the second
before I
time.
have
I'm just
another
gonna lay
one
down
that
my
goes
bed and
through it.
I'm done. There.
So that's what, like, yeah, choose the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And before they kill through it.
So last part I'll say was that
Yeah.
he was happy.
Yeah.
So he found, I could see in his eye, we all could, like he was just so excited. He had hope. He had joy again. He had love, what he called love, what he felt was love. He was gonna meet her and you know talk about marriage, and so I like that for him.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
after
me
years
too.
of going through a disaster, and he was
No
his
judgment.
heart was
It's
ripped
like,
out.
Yeah, you do whatever you got to
He's
do.
like had nothing
No
left.
judgment.
He's
yeah.
just, and so he's like, dude, that's good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
After that
Yeah.
whole story, you had a love, what's that called? A love story. You had a
It
perfect
is
love
sad.
story.
It is sad.
Then you had the perfect horror story, and then
Yeah.
he got a chance to see
Yeah.
love one more time.
I wonder, for that wife who like went off on there, did she plane out, figure it out, and like normalcy, come back to a normalcy? Like,
I think that guy would probably go back to her if she ever came back around because he loved her that much.
Yeah.
It was his best friend.
I wonder like where she's at right now, or like what she's doing, or kind of how she's figured it out. I think it's really sad. I think some people really do have it really hard. There are some women like, and you can see it in their genetics, like how hard it's going to be. And it's rough. Like some women just have it. They have it really, really rough. And others, not so much. Like it wasn't even that big of a deal. So it really just depends on what card you chose at the beginning when you were 20 and didn't know any of this. Good luck.
Well, I chose you and I'll continue to choose you. I'll stay with you to the end. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I love you.